Right.
6 attorneys emailing you at 5. What the hell? 10 minutes to 5.
I know. Rude.
I know.
All right. Let's start. Let's go ahead and just get our joints going real quick. And switch direction. Let's go to the other side. And go ahead and switch direction. Okay, knees. And switch. Good, let's come to the hips. It's got a new table in this room, so I guess it's like a little bit better where the laptop is.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. Boom, and switch direction. So I was over at my older sister who likes fancy things, shoulders and high heels. And she was cleaning house. My God, I have literally 50 pairs of shoes that are like 5-inch high. What am I gonna do?
You're not wearing them now. You should be teaching in them.
I know. I'm like, maybe I should offer a class of like, you know, because I have that. It's like a dance class or it was like exercise class.
Pole dancing does that.
Yeah.
You should be a pole dancer.
Yeah.
You'd be hella good at pole dancer.
Yeah, no.
You got the upper body strength.
We were in and then switch. We were in Costa Rica doing a Leticia Barbero BJJ camp, and we were at this club, and there was like a stripper pole there, and out of nowhere, Lori gets on and was doing like, you know, those backwards rolling down where her head is like coming out. We were all like, what? It was amazing.
Wow, where'd she learn to do that?
I guess she used to be one.
That's awesome.
All right, so switch if you haven't switched yet. Okay, neck. Okay, and then switch direction. All right, let's squat wide, forearms on the thigh. Go ahead and shift side to side, back and forth. Go ahead and take your right hand and push. Tuck your pelvic bone in and squat down, shoulder, right shoulder down towards the ground. Let's go ahead and shift to the other side. One more to the right. And one more to the left. Good, come back up. So we're gonna do this. I've been doing a little bit because especially now, so those of you know this, Karen, but this whole week we're going to work on leg locks and leg lock entries. So it's good to kind of stretch your legs, right?
I can't believe that's what they picked.
Huh?
I can't believe that's what they picked.
Well, yeah, because Vaughn has been working on it, and that's, yeah, I know. But, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to step my leg back, right, where I'm on my toes. And now I'm going to shift to where I'm going to put the top of my toe down onto the mat here, right? So it's kind of like ballet foot here. So from here, I'm going to really roll down, and I'm going to roll down from the foot down to my ankle as much as possible, and I bring my knee down to the ground. So it looks like this. I'm going to come down. Boom. See how I'm rolling? Flat, 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 right? Shin, and then I come up. It's a pretty gnarly exercise, I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna do 10 on one side, and we're gonna switch to the other side, and your hands could be on the side of your body, right? So go ahead, step back, right? I wanna go boom, 1, come up, boom, 2, come up, straighten the back leg when you come up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo, shake it out. Feel it on the other side of the leg. Okay, the other side, step back. Let's go. 1, so really, right, flatten, pointing. 1, so I'm gonna do side view. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, shake it out, shake it out. All right. Another one, which we've been doing, right, all of us, is to step the foot forward, and you're gonna lean, so sideways. You're gonna step and lean, and then lean the weight to the side, front. So this is what it looks like. Do you need a closer view, or you got it? Got it? Okay, let's do it together. Let's do our right. So come up. Good, let's go ahead and shift to the other side. Good. Now let's switch to your left. So come forward, out, back, inside, and then repeat. And let's switch direction. All right, shake it out, shake it out. All right, so from here, let's do a couple more stretch. So let's go. Inhale, bend at the hips, exhale, come down. Put your hand on the mat and go ahead and just walk your knees side to side. Go ahead now, walk your hands out into a plank. Strong plank here. So bring your head forward, abs tucked in and tight. Look forward. Your shoulder and your hips should line up. And from here, let's go ahead and take a deep breath. And as you exhale, come down. Flatten your toes, sit back. And from here, let's walk our hands through. I'm gonna adjust the So from here, let's walk our hands to the right, boom, as far as you can to the right, and then walk forward. But your hips, your opposite hips, is sitting back the opposite direction. And you're kind of aiming to have your left armpit pressing down onto the ground. Now walk your hands to the left and do the same thing. Reaching out, hips reaching back. Good, come forward, right? You're gonna come forward, lean, extend your arm, lean forward. Go ahead and step your foot up here, and from here, let's go ahead and you're gonna collapse the knee outward, right? You're gonna collapse the knee outward, and same thing, the same side arm will reach both arms. This arm could step out farther, and this arm is gonna reach out as your knee collapses the opposite direction. Good, come back. We're gonna go ahead and unwind, bring the other leg up. So same thing, I'm gonna lift the sole of my foot from the inside out. My knees are falling sideways, and I'm gonna reach opposite direction. That's my back leg, my back thigh is not, it's also working, it's pressing down to the ground as I do this. Good, come back, central, and then from here, we're gonna go ahead on our elbows, right? And the first thing we wanna do is, look, I'm gonna go ahead from here. You can extend your toes if you want, but you're gonna come, bring your upper body and your hips forward as you press down, and at the same time, your knees are kind of spreading sideways open, so from here and up. And your foot falling, right? Falling down to the side as you do this. Pelvic pressing down onto the ground. Take a deep breath, go a little bit farther. Come back, go back in again. Come back. I want to lift our right foot up and pressing the right thigh down onto the ground, and our upper body going forward. Good, come back. And I want to do the other side. Come back. Go back to the first side. And then back to the second side. All right, go ahead and let's see, what time is it? Okay, so now we're gonna do, that was like the easy fun. Why don't people take a little sip of water, and then we're gonna do some heart raising circuit training, and then at the end we'll do some leg locks and escapes. So grab your belt. Go ahead and grab your belt. Right back. All right. So we're gonna do these series of 5 exercises, right? So the first one is we're gonna squat, swing our arms to the side. We did this before. Boom, and I'm gonna jump. And whatever direction I'm going, it's the leg, the last leg will land first. So I'm gonna go boom, look. I'm going to the right, it's my left leg that lands first. So I'm going to my left, it's gonna be my right leg that lands first. So I'm gonna go, see my right leg lands first and then my second leg, right? Just gonna do that back and forth. We could just do, if you have room, obviously you could do more than one, but I don't, so I'm just gonna do back and forth. That's the first drill. The second drill is actually, okay, so instead of that, no, we're gonna do that one, and then the second one is we're gonna come down, right, and sitting in the S base, you're gonna bring your leg up, clap, and then switch, and then clap, and then switch, and clap, okay. The third one is, go ahead and just, I was gonna do something really gnarly, but this will be kind of tough, but not too tough. But you're gonna really try to bring your hips up and do a triangle, boom. So try to kind of get, instead of triangle straight forward, try to slant your hip. If you're going this way, you're slanting that way. If you're going this way, kind of, right, shifting your hip a little bit. So triangle on that one, and then next one is you're gonna have your rope here, your belt here, and you're gonna have your legs, right? Your arms pulling the belt and your legs pushing the belt. And from here, you're gonna swing. If I'm going in my left, I'm gonna swing my left leg, right? I'm gonna go swing my left leg and come up, and then I'm going to switch, swing, come up, and then switch, and then go swing, and then come up. Right? And then the last one, you can go ahead and, I don't think we're going to have time to kind of do this, but all right, so the next one you would come up and just do jump rope with your, right? How about this? We used to do this at Hosha. You jump rope, right? You messed up, and then it's a burpee, and then you come back and do the rope jumping. All right, so again, first one is 1. Second one was, right, and then switch. Third one is a triangle. Fourth one is the belt. And swing this leg, boom. First come from your elbow, right? The way you come up is elbow and then your hand. So boom, elbow, and come up. And then last one is jump rope, and if you messed up, it's 1 burpee. All right? Let's go. 7 more seconds. All right, sit on your butt. Let's go. That's mount. Back, clap, go back, switch, clap, go back, switch. Triangles, next. Okay, triangles. Try to raise your hips up high. Got it.
Try to figure this out.
All right. Go ahead and do the belt sweep.
Thank you.
4 more seconds. All right. Jump. Rope.
Okay.
What's I do with this? Whew. Oh man. All right, time. Whew. A little break till the next round. I was supposed to mimic, cardio of one spar. All right, let's get ready. Let's go. 7 more seconds. Time. Dismount. Let's go. Remember to breathe. Triangles. Go. Belt sweep. All right. Jump rope. What? All right, time. Go ahead and take a water break. I'm gonna start jiu-jitsu. Whew. So Jennifer, grab your dummy. Karen, if you have a foam or a towel, like a big towel, you can roll into like a semi-leg shape. Oh, okay, okay. That's like a almost, what is that, Adam's ankles, huh? So maybe having it right there. Okay, so I'm gonna spend some time now talking about leg locks, straight ankle locks. You can have ankle locks where the foot is outside of your hip, or you can have on the other side where it's across my body, right? Today we're gonna talk about starting really simple ankle locks here. Leg is so short, I don't know. I'm gonna try to do the best I can. So first thing I wanna talk about is how to kind of like, there's different variations I'm gonna talk about, just one, a common one, of how to get the lock, right? Some tips and concepts. And then we're going to talk about different ways that people escape from this position and how we counter those, right? So first thing I want to talk about is really leg lock. Is a type of submission, and like all types of submission, right? You really, the aim is to first get position before submission. So that means that to be successful, you have to learn how to control your opponent before you actually submit the lock, right? So just to talk really quickly, when you are doing a leg lock, you're essentially a proper control is a leg lock incorporates your opponent's ankle and knee and hips. So you really want to control these 3 points to really get like a successful control over their leg, right? To do that, I'm going to show one where your leg is outside and I'm lining up and I'm turning my toes outside and I'm using this part at our hips here. The leg is kind of short, but I'm gonna, right? So that is to kind of keep distance. I'm controlling their hips, right? The second leg could be right in the middle of the crotch, like above the pelvic, like in the middle of the pelvic, or even across on the other leg, or on the same leg. Today we're gonna work on the same leg, right? So I wanna, the leg is kind of short, but ideally I want to be active with my foot and hooking in the thigh, and I wanna singe, and ideally you really wanna be close, and this is above the knee, so that is controlling the knee, okay? And then your arm is gonna be controlling the ankle here, boom. So 3 points of control, boom, hip, knee, so you're singeing really tight here, right? And then the elbow here. So that's the first control of that. And now how to really control the angle, the foot to get ready for an attack, right? So from here, if you have a gi, it's really good to grab onto your gi, right? So from here, you want to use, right, not the flat, but the skinny part of your wrist, kind of at where your Achilles, but at the end of the Achilles where it's meeting the foot, right? So it's towards the end. You want to want the sharp part here on here. And you really, I mean, it's kind of hard to explain, but you also want their heel here, kind of flush against your ribs here. And then lastly, right, you use the pointy part at the Achilles at the end, as much as, at the end here. you want the heel pressed in towards you. And now you want to kind of go all the way to the toes, almost where it's almost kind of slipping out. So you want to kind of go at the end of the lever of the toe, right? Elbow cinch in. And then you want to think about also your hand, really like, some people like it like the fingers out. I like it more like this. And you want to think about, and the other hand, I like it like where the flesh is and my wrist is. I like to hold here. And you want to bring the hand as close to your nose and your face as close as possible. So you don't want to be down here. You want to come up as close as possible, right? And another thing to think about is to kind of cinch like the toes back. You want to, I'm going to turn now, you can't really see my face, but you want to turn up and then roll your shoulder back. So up, right? You're cinching and then roll it back. This will kind of brings you closer to the toes, right? So that's controlling the ankles. Boom, here, up here, here. And I'm gonna scoot. And you can use this hand too, if like the leg really long, you can push this leg out, right? Where if you're at here, you can go boom here, get like the end of that, making sure the toes are on there, boom. You can go boom, and then come up, right? That is really boom. And you wanna, there's a wrong side to fall, right? This is a wrong side. Falling inside, you wanna fall outside. If you fall inside, you're helping your partner escape. And we're gonna learn what to do if they go to the other side to escape, right? So when you get here, right, now it's time to really put on the lock. From here, what you want to think about is when I'm laying on my back, this is the middle of my back, right? The middle, just, this is the middle of my chest, just the opposite, the middle of my back. You want to mimic bringing your elbow to where the middle of your back is, right? And what I mean by that is here. Right, so I'm here, I'm gonna go boom, get the heel, wrist, shoulder, I'm gonna fall to the side, and I'm gonna adjust as much as I can on my elbow, boom. When I'm ready to go, it's like I'm gonna come to my shoulder, boom, and I'm gonna try to bring that elbow all the way to my back as much as possible here, and I'm gonna use my hips, pushing off their hips here. I'm gonna use my hip, and I'm gonna look back, and boom. Right? So I'm going to use the foot there. Boom, I'm tucking in. Right, let me see. Yeah, here I'm going to come up, cinch. I'm going to fall to the side. I might need to adjust, but when I'm ready to go, look, my elbow, I'm going to bring that way back. Boom, here. And then from here, I'm going to use that foot on the hip, right? I'm going to go look back at my hips. It's popping in, and ideally you want your hips kind of like where their knees are. So you're going to be like pressing your hips against their knee. Does that make sense? It's a lot of details, but we again, so get your dummy, and we're going to practice, right? So here, let's practice where you come in. First, put your foot in the right position, right? So again, I put the right here on the hip, and the other foot kind of at the thigh, close to where they're as far into the hip as much as possible, right? And I'm cinching, and I'm really like later on, I'm using, this is not inactive, it's gonna be active. I'm gonna use it to like mark and create distance, right? Boom, here. And now let's have our leg where we have some space back there, so we learn how to kind of like go towards the end and get it correctly. So from here, you can take that hand, you can put it on the knee and go all the way, right? Where you are pressing the heel against your ribs, right? Your skinny part of your forearm is at the end of the Achilles. You're gonna shrug your shoulder up and back and cinch, and then pull up as high as possible. I mean, you should be on the side here and you can shimmy back. And now when you're ready to go, it's really like bringing that tripod elbow to back here. You're gonna look back, right? And really press your hip against their knee. Boom. Nice. Try to do, Sarah, try to use both arms so that you can. So the foot and the hip has to be, Sarah, make sure your foot and the hip is kind of like working and it's active. So I bring my toes out and my heels in. It seems, kind of a stomping, boom. Yeah. So I'm going to give you, to practice that, think about all the details, and then we're going to talk about ways that your opponent might try to escape from there. Right? So I'm going to give you a little bit to try. So really start from here, and I want you to think about boom and falling to the right side, right? And then adjusting, boom, boom, and going into the attack. So always fall to the side, yep, and get control, and then adjust. Nice, Karen. Nice. All right. So since I don't have a partner, I found a video. So one of the, there's really like three main different ways that you can escape from this kind of block, right? The first one is, I'm going to share the screen. Hold on. Is I mentioned earlier, you don't want them to go onto the opposite side, and if they do, this is what it looks like, right? You have the leg, and they go boom, clear, and go to the opposite side, and they stand up, right? And so to prevent that, there's a couple things. First, if you initially started out with your legs here and you're using your knees to cinch and you're falling here, it's really hard to do that, to be the opponent and bring me on the other side. Another thing that you could prevent, if they're doing that, or you haven't fall all the way down, one way that you could prevent them going to the other side is, look, you just hold the other leg. It's really hard. Try to do that, Sarah and Cha, just to see how that is. So you have your hold here and your foot, and then your partner try to and hold on to the other leg and have them try to go to the other side and what it looks like. Yeah, so boom, and then trying to come up to the other side. It's really hard, right? Yeah, it's really hard. So make sure that you're singeing the leg, Sarah, to the other side, right? You're singeing and you're falling, you're really tight and you're falling onto this side and you're holding, right, the leg up. And try it again. So, yeah, and then you try to go to the other side. Bring her to the other side, right? Yeah, it's really hard, right? So yeah, so work on really bringing them to this side and holding here, right? And so that's one way to prevent them from going onto the other side and standing up. Another thing that happens is you're here, right? And you're here. And another thing happens, especially if you have a gi on or whatever, they will come and grab your gi and, right, like this. I don't know if you ever try to do leg lock and they do this, right? And it's, you can't, what leg this particular leg lock is like requires you to do a body extension. So if they grab onto your gi, it's really difficult to break that gi and it's really hard to to do an extension, right? So ways to prevent that is you have this and you're falling here. You can use this leg, the leg that's on it, you're gonna use it to extend, boom, to extend. And if the arms are coming, right, you have this, you can hold onto this leg with one arm. If the other arm is coming, right, towards to grab you, you can use this to extend and grab the arm and boom. And in the meantime, you can boom, boom, adjust, right, and get the boom and go. So I want you to practice those. They're really simple to practice. The first one where they try to go onto the other side. So you really want to start in the middle, fall to this side, and then, you know, like those of you that have a buddy, you can grab the other leg, like Karen, you can mimic grabbing the leg. So that's one drill. And then the other drill is to really use this foot and this foot in between the legs to extend, boom, and pretend there's a hand coming towards your chest. You can hold this and really intercept with this hand, right, the top hand. So give that a try, just for a couple minutes. Yeah, so have Sarah come and try to grab your, I mean, it's no gi, so it's probably like the neck or grabbing you, right? Yeah. So you're gonna use that shield, Sha, to extend the shield. Yeah, extend out, and then your top hand, your right hand can intercept her hand. Boom, yeah, blocking, yeah, yep. And at the same time, when you're doing this, you could adjust your grip. Go, you know, you could waddle your arm, yeah, back, get it while you're intercepting, right? And then go when you're, yeah. So using the leg, the knee in between you to create space, right? So the next one we're gonna do is what Sarah is about to do, break, like move that leg, and we're gonna learn how to do that. But right now, learn how, yeah. So Sarah, that free hand, use that free hand to block her arms. Don't just be lazy with that. Yeah, really. Or grab her arm and kind of arm drag at the wrist. Yep. While you're doing that, you can waddle your elbow to the end of the foot and yeah. Ooh, you looked dangerous, Karen. Nice. You can even, Karen, you can do even, you know, instead of like this, you could even bring this elbow back, right? And then look back.
Yeah, I'm having trouble doing it with this thing for some reason.
Ah,
I think it's too short.
yeah, totally. Yeah, yeah. What is that thing?
It's another roller. It's like a.
Oh, it's fancy.
I know. It's good size for a leg, but I can't quite. I think if I just unclamp my knees to practice, I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I can't. It's like. It's gonna, because it's so hard. It's like mooring me. I'm gonna try it with a towel too.
Yeah. So we're gonna also, I see what Sarah and Chad is doing, you know, sometimes they grab your leg and then you end up like you're fighting and you end up like squaring up there instead of here. You end up squaring here. We're gonna learn what to do there. Like you can get a leg lock from just being on your back like this, right? So I only got 2 minutes, so I'm not gonna go to the next technique where they what Sarah and Cha was doing. So Sarah, can you show where like she pushes? So that is the next really, really common thing where you get the leg lock and you put the foot on the hip and they push, yeah, that, and then they scoot the hip on top, yeah. So next week we're gonna learn how to troubleshoot that. We're gonna make them pay for that. You're gonna go from there to another attack from there. So far, does anybody have any questions? No? Yeah, and then from there, we'll learn how to counter that counter, and then counter where they either grab your shield leg and opening up, and you're here with that, and how to deal with that. And then I actually like the leg lock where the leg is across from my body, and from here, we could, it's a lot more diverse in terms of if that doesn't work, we could do a leg drag and go take side control and then proceed from there. But it's kind of exciting. Yeah, come back next week and we'll keep going. Any questions? Okay, well, thank you so much. I'll see you later.
Bye, thanks.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.